What happened in the previous chapter was the best friends made up and teamed up to defeat Epidem. When Epidem was about to kill Dot, Lance suddenly intervened to take the attack. This resulted in severe wounds all over his body. Dot couldn't believe it. Before long, he went into beast mode because of what happened to Lance. Because of the surge of emotions and feelings from Dot, his Era Crew's power increased. Epidem couldn't comprehend what was happening to his power. Even Orter felt Dot's power from another location. Dot began to overpower Epidem, so he decided to use his third's magic, Orihalka's third's Sisyphus Inclination, which released a creature covered in machine guns. He rained down a barrage of attacks. Dot countered and said 100 deaths, after which his wand transformed again and a myriad of guns emerged from his arms. Dot also attacked, matching the bullets of Epidem. While watching the events unfold, Epidem realized that for every one of his attacks, Dot was producing a dozen attacks to match it. Before long, Dot's barrage of attacks hit Epidem, causing a massive explosion. As he lay defeated, Epidem thought to himself that Dot truly did what he had said. He was killed 100 times. He was amazed. After that, he once again approached Lance and started to get dramatic. But to his surprise, Lance was still alive. Dot was taken aback and asked if he didn't die. Lance explained that his collection of Ana pins protected him, so they surrounded him. As Lance was explaining, Dot got irritated and tossed him aside. In the end, our dynamic duo defeated the third child of Innocent Zero. What's up, Onii-Chan? Welcome back to our manga recap series about Mashle, Magic and Muscles, a story that combines elements of Harry Potter and One Punch Man. So let's start the video. Continuing the thrilling story of Mash in a world full of magic, let's move on to the encounter between Desert Cain, Orter Mattel, and the second child of Innocent Zero, Famin. Famin expressed his interest in Orter's glasses. Orter simply said, and explained that he couldn't give them away because he needs them to see. Famin immediately threw a card that flew to Orter's ear. Because of this, Orter's glasses fell off. Orter was told by Famin to just give what he wants. Orter picked up his glasses. When he raised his head, his eyes appeared like puckered lips. Famin would regret starting a fight with him, Orter said. Famin merely stared at him. Orter got confused, and when he put on his glasses, he asked if there was something strange about his face. Because of this, Famin just said to let it go. He would kill Orter and take his glasses himself, Famin declared. Suddenly, chains appeared around their feet, which confused Orter. A huge mechanical face suddenly emerged from the ceiling. The face appeared to have gone mad and moved in a strange way. Orter asked, "A clown face?" Famin explained that the face was the one managing the circus, and they were his performers. If they failed to give an entertaining show, they would die. "Is it amusing?" Orter asked. He was fed up with Famin's games and immediately attacked. Suddenly, the face spoke and said it had heard that before, while Orter simply stared. Famin moved his hands and acted as if there was a barrier in front of him. Orter noticed that Famin was a pantomime. When his attack hit Famin, he was able to block the onslaught of sand with nothing. Because of this, Selwar was flabbergasted. The face said, "Good stuff." Orter thought to himself that he didn't care about it. Famin explained that all Orter could do was throw sand at people, so it wasn't an entertaining performance. Because of that, he would receive an inescapable penalty. The clown face screamed for a refund, and a multitude of swords came out of his mouth. Orter tried to block it, but the attack pierced through his magic. Famin explained that's how the circus worked. And Famin added, the chains around their feet won't disappear until one of them dies, so they should just enjoy it. Suddenly, cards came out of Orter's body, which confused him. He wondered what the trick was because Famin just blocked his attack earlier. The face was pleased with Famin again. He also noticed that the clown face attacks whenever he does, meaning it was a 2-on-1 bout. Therefore, he would not move until he understood what he needed to do. Famin just stared and noticed that Orter decided to observe his moves first. He's too rational and boring, Famin thought. He doesn't like people like Orter. They're too uptight. They should be able to act based on their emotions. Take what they want, kill the people they dislike to live a happier life. Orter's way of life is boring. Orter just stared. Even Selwar was just looking at them. Orter asked Famin if he wanted freedom, to live without rules. If so, he should do what he wants because it doesn't make any difference to him. Humans are emotional creatures. It's not in their nature to be rational all the time. So Famin could kill people out of anger, or steal things out of envy, or torment other people to feel pleasure as much as he wants, as long as he faces the consequences of his actions. And he pointed out that there are indeed consequences. While Famin just stood there, Orter continued explaining, saying that order and regulations exist to protect the majority of the world from powerful children like Famin. He told Famin to continue enjoying his freedom, but he will maintain the order. Suddenly, Famin clapped his hands and swung them while saying that Orter was speaking a lot of nonsense. Orter managed to block the attack from behind by Famin. Because of this, Famin was surprised and stared at Orter. Orter said what he suspected was right. Famin was a fake. Famin's magic, he said, only makes things invisible. It's just a parlor trick. Now it was time for Famin to play his own game. Orter used his sand magic to surround Famin. However, the clown face quickly attacked and showered him again with swords. Despite this, Orter continued his attack, which left Famin stunned. He didn't expect Orter to just continue his magic. As the swords rained down, Orter just kept attacking. While Famin was defending himself, he opened the chain attached to him. Because of this, he managed to dodge Orter's attack. Orter pointed out that Famin had the key to his chain from the beginning of the fight. He was the one who set the rules but was also willing to break them if things no longer worked out for him. Famin was right, he wasn't boring, but he was far from what he called freedom if that's how he treated the rules. Famin just stared at him, and soon he burst out laughing. He said that what Orter was saying was just boring. If you don't like a rule, destroy it. But it seemed like Orter wanted to resist even if he was being killed. He felt sorry for Orter. He said he would kill him to set him free. Orter retaliated and told Famin not to pity him. They'll see how free he is after he locks him up in a cage. After that, Famin immediately used his third's magic, Transparency Thirds, Decius Inclination. Famin became invisible while bowing. Orter immediately rushed to punch him, but Famin was already gone from his front. The place fell silent for a moment, and in a blink, Famin appeared behind Orter. Famin was slicing Orter from behind. Orter couldn't comprehend how Famin managed to attack without being heard or sensed. Famin reappeared and explained that his thirds removes his presence from the sight of his enemies. There was no chance for Orter to escape from such a powerful ability. He disappeared again and said he would give Orter freedom by erasing him from life. Famin rained down attacks on Orter again. While blocking, Orter was still hit by those attacks. Famin just kept rushing at the weakening Orter. Selwar shouted and said that you can't dodge what you can't see, so it was Orter's end. In the next scene, Orter's past was shown. The scene shifted to the city, and there were thieves running there. While hastily riding a broom, someone scolded them. That man explained the penal code, Article 33292, which stated that theft of another's property carries a fine of 500,000 lond, or a maximum prison sentence of 10 years. It showed Orter reading a book and asked if they were done there. The man got annoyed because Orter was late. Did he even care about the patrol? The man shouted at Orter and said he had a bad attitude because they discussed when to start, so he came there 1 hour ago. Orter commented and said if they're already done, and he would leave. Because of this, the man got even angrier with him. In the next scene, they are in a restaurant. The man is thoroughly enjoying his food while Orter just stares at him. The man gets angry again because Orter doesn't show any enthusiasm. Didn't they join the Magic Police Academy because they love justice and are willing to die for it? Orter just stares at him, splattering with bits of food. He wipes his glasses and we see his loving eyes again. After that, he explained that it would be very inefficient due to the number of results. He prefers a moderate life with a moderate amount of effort. He says he chose that school because it fits his needs and nothing more. As Orter was about to leave, the man shouted that he should at least not be late next time. The school rules state that the patrol starts at 7 in the morning. In the next scene, Orter is walking with the man from earlier. The man asks him if he knew the purpose of the rules. The higher-ups have arranged the playing field to give everyone an equal opportunity. If people do not follow the rules, that world would be in chaos. The man pointed out to him that Orter cannot do whatever he wants. Orter just stares at him. After that, as he was leaving, he explained that he was only interested in achieving his goals as quickly as possible. He doesn't care what others think. The man shouted that's why Orter is always alone. Results are all that matter to him. He's just an emotionless machine. He also reminded him not to be late next time. After that, there was a montage of their time together and bonding. From their battles to the man's love life, they seem to enjoy it a lot. In the next scene, the man is shown lying in a ruined building, bleeding. He muttered that he might have been wrong. He said he was willing to give his life for justice. The man said that was correct. He wouldn't take back his words. That was meaningless, Orter said. The man was just harming himself by following a destructive lifestyle. The man suddenly revealed that his brother had died as a victim of a crime. He thought if he could save even one person from experiencing that, the sacrifice wouldn't matter too much. After that, he realized he should have been saving his breath. He suddenly explained that he liked bonding with Orter. It was like seeing his brother again. He added that he didn't skip patrol after pestering him, even though he was late until the end. It seemed that Orter did care. After that, he asked Orter to do something for him. He asked him to create a world where order is important for everyone to live peacefully. Orter should prevent the crimes he can and arrest the bad people. The two friends just stared at each other in the rain. After that, it went back to the present, and Orter said he still had a lot of rice to eat. Orter suddenly cast magic and the place seemed to quiet down. In an instant, he turned the entire circus he was standing on into sand. He brought the whole thing down with extraordinary intensity. Famin was surprised by Orter's attack. The sand carried him to the center of it as if he was being pulled into an ant-lion's nest. As Famin was drowning in the sand, he shouted that Orter was lacking freedom and that's why he was taking it from others. Nobody would like him and he was just hurting himself. He could tell himself that it was fake for the sake of others, but Orter was just killing himself for society. Famin asked Orter if he enjoys living. Famin was surprised by Orter's response, which apparently didn't matter to him. While reminiscing the words of his best friend, he explained that Famin had asked him whether he enjoys life or not. For him, the answer was meaningless. Eventually, Orter's sand consumes Famin while saying he was happy with a little freedom in life. In the next scene, we go back to Galbo Boteri's attack on Meliadel's clinic. Lemon and Ochoa were very scared, while Mash was still unconscious. Galbo demanded they hand Mash over to him, or they will face his pet's fangs. He then sent his Cerberus, Dozer, Bulgur, and Burn into the fray. Lemon was on the verge of tears, and when she was about to speak to Ochoa, she saw him giving a housewarming gift to Galbo. Lemon was dumbfounded while thinking that Ochoa was a traitor. She was attacked by the Cerberus, so she dodged. The attack continued, but luckily she dodged it. She sobbed because she didn't want to die. Because the Cerberus could not kill Lemon, Galba pulled to punish his pet. The Cerberus got hurt, which made Lemon angry, thinking what kind of a despicable person would do that. She immediately used her magic Levius Cuffus open and removed the chains bound to the Cerberus. Because of that, Galba was shocked. Lemon explained to the Cerberus that their chains had been removed. Galba was silent about what Lemon did. Lemon soothed the angry Cerberus. While she was doing that, Ochoa noticed that the scary Cerberus had transformed into a cute dog. Lemon explained to Galbo that he needed to approach animals with love. That's how you can build a strong bond. Galbo attacked and tried to hurt the Cerberus. In response, Lemon cast magic again, which resulted in Galbo being bound. Galbo was irritated by Lemon. Lemon named the Cerberus Spot, Spotty, and Spottington, and let them escape. Galbo thought about how Lemon changed the names of his pets without any notice. Lemon explained to the Cerberus that they were free, and there is no shame in running from someone who controls you with fear. She said she would handle it. While the Cerberus looked at Lemon, they decided not to retreat and they stayed to also fight their former master. Galbo commented on their bravery. Ochoa suddenly returned to the good side and said it was their chance. Because of that, Lemon was disgusted with him. Spot, Spotty, and Spottington charged at Galbo. Galbo cast magic and with it, he impaled his pets. Ochoa and Lemon were shocked. Who is the master who cannot overpower his pets? Lemon was worried about the Cerberus while Ochoa thought he returned to Lemon's side too soon. Galbo said that now they know what they're facing. When he was about to take Mash, Lemon suddenly blocked him and bravely confronted Galbo. Galbo ordered her to get out of the way and he wouldn't hesitate to kill her. Lemon said she wouldn't move. Because of that, Galbo punched her away. Lemon immediately fell down. When Galbo began to approach Mash again, Lemon grabbed his leg. Lemon said she could not be ordered around by Galbo. Because of that, Galbo kicked her and told her to learn to surrender. Galbo approached Mash and was ready to kill him. He said he would be free now. As he attacked, Lemon still stopped him. Lemon caught his attack. Her hands pierced through. Galbo then asked why Lemon was doing this, considering she didn't want to die. Lemon silenced him and explained that even though Mash almost didn't pass the exam, he saved her. She said Mash was very kind and that's why she came to like our protagonist. Ah, sweet. She claimed that someone who doesn't know how to treat their pets right wouldn't understand. She said the sacrifice of her hands was the least she could do to protect someone important to her. Galbo, Ochoa, Spot, Spotty, and Spottington stared at her in surprise. Galbo stated that if Lemon was so determined, she could die with Mash. While Lemon was looking at Mash, she thought he still couldn't move. But to save the world, they needed his power. So she had to continue to protect him. As Galbo was about to attack, his hand was suddenly cut off. Because of that, Lemon and Galbo were puzzled. Then someone suddenly spoke up. He explained a wise man once said, "There is no love truer than the love for food." Being a sweets lover, he couldn't help but agree with that. It turned out to be caldo, and he explained that nonetheless, Lemon's love was equally deserving of celebration. As an adult, he saw himself compelled to take care of those with innocent feelings. In the end, Galbo commented that another weirdo had arrived. And that's where this video ends. What do you think? Does Galdo stand a chance against our Flame Cane? Will Mash ever wake up? Write your comments down below. If you want more anime and manga recaps, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated on new videos.